So welcome back to Rough Restos and what I believe is episode 5 of the 76 Capri series. So, we got a few bits planned for this episode. If the weather stops being so shit, hopefully a quick drive up and down the lane, private of course, just to see what she's like, and get any ideas if the carb's playing up. Obviously I can't road test it because I'm not insured on it. But we can get a bit of a gist and make sure she's alright and then maybe go from there in the future. But before doing that, I've noticed there's some gearbox leaks and some rear diff leaks. We want to check they got oil first, clean them up a bit, and then we can at least see if they're going to leak again, or if there's any current issues. You know, it looks like the underside and around it hasn't been cleaned for like 20 years. And being a Ford, they all sweat oil and every fluid imaginable. So, yeah, we'll take a peek at this one and see what we can find underneath in a minute. So we best get it back up in the air again. Alright, so we're under the car now, and as you can see, typically we've got some oil on it. It does look fairly fresh, but also there is years worth of grime and such on here. So we'll clean that off. Yeah, it's backed in crap. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the drain plug around the corner here, and God, if you can see it there. We'll check the fluid level and see what we've got in there. Okay, so the drain plug cracked off. What we're looking for is how much oil's in there. So the oil should be filling up to sort of level the drain plug. So let's just poke it in a little bit. Okay, so we got some there. Smells a bit burnt. Let's see. Yeah, so she's about 5 to 10 mil down from the line. So nothing to worry about for now. But we'll clean the diff off and see if it's leaking. And then if it is leaking, we can sort of cover out and put new oil in it then. So now that I've got filthy, we've cleaned off the diff to see if any leaks come back on there. Cleaned off the tail end of the gearbox and just around the gearbox mount and all that, just to see if anything comes back there. There was some fresh oil on the sort of bell housing. Looks like it might be coming from the rear crankshaft. Hopefully not, but that's all cleaned off, so we'll see what comes there. Strangely, the bell housing and the bolts look almost brand new on this thing, and the gearbox is fairly tidy. So it has had a lot of different bits done to it. Obviously, I don't know the full history of it. I don't know if Gary knows the exact ins and outs of what happened to it in America, but it's had quite a bit of work done to it. Sadly needs a bit more now. So, I can hear the wind, but I don't know if it's raining or not, so let's try to take it out for a little drive with it. So let's see what it's like then. Weird and automatic. It's very twitchy and unrefined, this thing is. Very almost American, although it's a British car. Very interesting. Right, so it's first drive in Cornwall. Sounds like a steam train. splinter tyres have been easy as well. Interesting. Pretty squeaky. Let's see how she picks up then. Very lazy. And doesn't turn corners without spinning either. I don't know if it won't actually work. Okay. Ish. Let's try first gear. Actually, shift in a second. Right, so she works. That's a bonus. A bit flatter than I was expecting, but yeah, I'll look into that. Let's go back to the shed. Very squeaky brakes. And very slippery tyres. Okay, so now we've had a test drive in it. There's a few knocks, bangs. The brakes sound like a train, but at least they can be coming, I guess. And she isn't that. I expect to have more oomph to her. The carb's very responsive. Stationary goes well. Maybe it's just me because I'm used to my fast cars, or maybe it just needs, you know, a bit more. The kick down cable has got a bit of slack there. Whether, although that's not, I'm not worried about that because I only really got into second gear out of the lane anyway, so I wasn't expecting it to kick down, but there does seem to be a bit of slack in there, so I need to find out if that's what it's meant to be, if it just touches at the end, or whether it's going to have a bit more room for movement there. And obviously we have got a massive mess of vacuum hose and stuff in here, all just completely doing as and what they want. Yeah, so I think our next task is to kind of get some diagrams and try and work out what does what here. What we can remove, what has to stay, and what goes where, because we've got multiple thermostatically operated vacuum solenoids there. We've got a couple electrical ones, one's got some pipes, one's got no pipes, and we've got pipes hanging out everywhere. So I think the best thing to do is work out what we can remove, and then what needs to stay, and then how what needs to stay is plumbed in, and if we can make it a bit better and much tidier. So probably replace some hoses and start tidying it up really. We need to get the pressure washer in the bay when the weather allows, because it's shite and I'm not going to pressure wash it in the rain. Nah. I'm going to get a pressure washer in there, clean off all the old crap, and then try and get back down to basics and just start from a clean, tidy setup and make it work perfect. So I won't worry about doing the wiring yet until we're sort of ready and tidying up, because we might have to reroute some cables or just make it nicer anyway. So that might wrap up this episode. It could be a short one, to be fair. Yeah. But if you happen to have enjoyed the potential short episode, and want to see more content, then why not subscribe to the channel? Drop a comment if I've messed something up, let me know. If I've done okay, let me know. I never claim to be a mechanic. I'm an electrician, and it's just a hobby. But yeah. So until next time, yeah. See you again.